Why is LG doing this? It's pretty clever. I like it. Got a bit of Jaime from Maxwell Smart.
Yeah, it is. But I think MCs could be on notice here, Tim. But yes, there's going to be a presentation next week, obviously, as CES gets underway. Remember, CES is virtual for the first time ever because of the pandemic. And LG is going to use... well, essentially a virtual human. They'll be creating its personality on Instagram. It's got 5,000 people following it already, and she's called Reah, and Reah is the meaning for Reah is the child from the future. So I think what we're looking at here is potentially a thing of the future where we can see virtual reality showing off, or virtual people showing off the AI components of what LG is going to do. So that's why they're doing it. Interesting characters, sort of building it up. She doesn't really have a voice yet, so we're sort of looking forward to it. But yeah, the news dropping just yesterday that they will be doing a virtual component. It'll be interesting to see how it goes, because not all of these online presentations have been that sort of slick. I think Apple set the bar last year, and everyone else is trying to catch up. But maybe the virtual human can do a better job. Who knows?
Yeah, well, let's not go too far. We'll be out of a job real soon ourselves. Now, the human AI crossover tech is a big theme this year. What's Sony doing?
Yeah, Sony's TV launch was a bit different because they are now using a different type of processor, and it looks really good. And they're using a thing called cognitive intelligence. So it sounds like a buzz term, but if you look a little bit deeper into what Sony are doing here, they're actually looking at mimicking what we see. So they're not just using the numbers and all the mathematics to do the processing. They're actually getting their TVs to think like we do when we look at images. So in that way, they're trying to produce more realistic images, and some of the stuff we've seen so far from their television launch is that they're on the right track. So it's really interesting. We're sort of morphing from this high-tech world into a human intelligence type thing, where artificial intelligence is really starting to weave its way into everything that we do, from virtual presenters to televisions that we're going to watch. So I'm really keen to see how these TVs look. They're fantastic televisions, the Sony Bravia line, but really keen to see how they scrub up this year.
There's been quite a few announcements come out early, hasn't there?
Yeah, they have, and I'm not sure if this is down your alley, but I actually dealt with the inventor online last night of this device, a smart perfume device that you can change with an app to suit your mood. So this smart perfume uses little cartridges. It's in a prototype stage, so hopefully they'll develop a unit that they can sell by the end of the year. But this is one of those things that you find just on the fringes at CES, and I was happy to have a chat with this guy online. Very exciting to see it happen. So if you want to, say, go out, you can tell your perfume device to give you a more romantic sort of feel to it, or you can have something that's a bit more formal if you're going out to a function. So I think the goal here is to also save a lot of perfume bottles. But there you go, Tim. It's for males and females as well, and whoever else wants to have a go at it, the smart perfume bottle coming your way later in 2021.
Yeah, not quite my lane way, but this one is food technology. Have you got something that would fit nicely on my kitchen bench?
Oh, I've been saving this one for you. It's called Cold Snap, and this is the fastest ice cream making machine you can find anywhere. Now, this thing is sensational. Within 90 seconds, you can make Mr. Whippy type ice cream on your table, and it uses these cartridges that you throw into the machine, and you don't need anything that's cold to throw in there. So you just chuck in a cartridge, whatever it is. You can make yourself a smoothie as well, but that beautiful ice cream comes out in just 90 seconds ice cold with this device. So there's all, as I said, there's smoothies and all other sorts of things that you can make with it. But I think this is probably the device of the year for me. I don't know about you, Tim, but man, you don't have to wait for the Mr. Whippy to come down the road or anything like that. If there's still a Mr. Whippy that goes around, there was in Tamworth when I was a kid. But I think this is an unbelievable device, and this is what it's all about. CES, all these sorts of devices. It's not just for the TVs and stuff like that, but it's also for our stomachs.
Oh yeah, and I saw all the chocolates and the sprinkles and everything else. My youngest son Louis would be all over that like a cheap suit. It would be everywhere, all through the kitchen. Anything else that you're looking forward to today? Going ahead, it's a huge week, isn't it? Letting people know, generally speaking, you guys, you and Steve Fennick and others, would be on planes up the front of the bus, flying across to these not virtual but larger exhibitions / conferences.
Yeah, that's right, Tim. CES been going more than 50 years, and it is an amazing place. And it's a bit unfortunate. See, with a device like I've just talked about there, particularly the ice cream and the perfume, we'd actually get our hands on it so we can report firsthand what it's like. Now, it's been okay, actually. I've been reaching out and, funnily enough, getting quicker access to the people who are making these things, like the perfume device maker. However, I can talk to him online, but I just can't get my hands on the product. And it is very difficult to get to all of the booths in Las Vegas because there's 150,000 people. You've only got about less than a week to get around. But it is an extraordinary week, and it sets up the year for tech. So you get a first look in January, and then as the year rolls out, we see the products coming our way. But it is an amazing event, and I don't think it's bigger in logistics than anything else in the world. Bigger than the Olympics, all that sort of stuff, because of the complex nature of the technology they have to roll out and getting everyone through it. But it's a wise idea. You don't want to have a pandemic on and this where everyone's just clambering all over each other and touching devices and stuff like that and sharing things around. But yeah, it's a bit different this year, and unfortunately we're not making our way to Las Vegas in 2021.
Hopefully that'll happen next year. I think it will. And you've got to squeeze all your work in, then you've got to try and get to the latest Cirque du Soleil show, then you've got to go to the buffet at New York. So you've got to get that all happening in 1 week in Las Vegas. Djuro, I look forward to talking to you soon.
Cheers, Tim. See you next time.